said, I don't care if the black community want to call me scared, soft, white boy, or call me Uncle Tom. I don't give a. I would never feel safe around a bunch of YNs, a bunch of hood rats, ghetto people, ratchet. And it's just so funny because as a black person, when you don't associate with any of that and you dislike that, like, I guess apparently the less black you are. Something I really can't stand about my culture is the fact that blackness is just associated with being from the hood, or you have to be okay or content with being around a bunch of YNs. And I would never feel safe around a bunch of hood, ghetto, ratchet people. I just never feel safe. I never feel comfortable around them ever. Loud as hell, ghetto as hell, ratchet as hell, rude as hell, disrespectful as hell, have no respect for anybody, don't even have respect for the public. I don't like being around that. I am fine with being in my predominantly white area. Listen, yeah, I might have to worry about a couple crazy rednecks here and there, stuff like that, but most of the time, I'm good. I am perfectly safe. I don't have to look over my shoulder as much. Fear of a racist white person, I don't even have to worry about that. And I know some of y'all might say, oh, because you're light skinned, so obviously you're going to get the better treatment. Okay, yeah, although I'm light skinned, at the end of the day, when a white person looks at me, they see a black guy. I'm not going to lie, I have been told by a lot of people, like even white people, that like I seem mixed or whatever. Like a lot of them would think I'm mixed. Cause I mean, I'm not going to lie, I could be. But at the end of the day, I am a dreadhead dude. I am a black dreadhead dude walking around. And you know, how I conduct and carry myself can also be a factor as well, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't conduct myself like I'm not going to say a black person. I'm not going to say a typical, black guy, whatever, but I'm going to just say I don't carry myself like that. I carry myself like a black man.
So maturing is realizing that you no longer have to subject yourself to the culture. And what he means to say, and I'm assuming it's because he's young and, he's still evolving and he's growing and all of this stuff, right? But what he means to say is that he's not putting all black people in his category, but there's a certain segment and demographic that he don't feel safe around. And I don't blame him. I think that, he needs to, or he's learning probably how to communicate. Well, no, let me just revise that. I actually think that he meant what he said and he said what he meant. And I'm not disagreeing with him. I think that it's cultural. It's not people. There are awesome black people. It's awesome white people. It's some toxic white people and there's some toxic black people. And usually that's tied to the culture that they continue to subject themselves to. And growing up and realizing that you no longer have to abide by the rules that they set you in order to exist in this small box so that you'll feel accepted, but you can communicate effectively, you can be a good person, and you don't have to go to jail in order to prove yourself that you are part of the real ones, is very, very mature. And I'm very glad that he's learning this as a young man. And so calling out bad behavior, I have no problem with it whatsoever. If he decides that he wants to call out bad behavior and he sees people that are doing stuff that he no longer wants to be a part of, it doesn't make him an Uncle Tom. It doesn't make him this. It doesn't make him that. It makes him smart. It makes him mature. It makes him, or it puts him in a position where he don't have to suffer and try to grow through this arrested development mindset that keeps us distracted and keeps you broke, keeps you poor, and it keeps you running in the victim Olympics, because you then go into blaming other people for who you are or how you rock. You don't have to blame other people. You don't have to subject yourself to this nonsense. You can 100% be on top of things, and you can be a good person, and you don't have to be an N-word. It's stupid. It's dumb. And we need to divest ourselves from this mindset that thinks or believes that we need to be invited to the barbecue. You don't. You don't. And what I'm also realizing is that there is a segment of people, a large portion of the people, that feel the same way, but they don't feel as though they need to put themselves or make themselves a target to say it out loud. They just believe it. They move like it. They exist in it, and they adjust accordingly. And I'm all for it. I am. I think that at some point the culture has to die. There has to be a whole generation of people that just needs to go their own way and move into their own city and stay out of the mix, because you cannot save these people. You cannot save everybody. And I'm with him.
So I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Y'all would think I was a middle-aged white woman the way I'm afraid of YNs. I don't even like driving by them. You can see the chaos up in the car. You can see the ski mask in 95-degree weather in the Challenger. You can see the crazy driving, the weed smoke. I'd be like, let me drive up because I don't know what they on. Like, I genuinely be nervous around YNs. I don't trust.
So now you can't say that it's being stereotyped, right? As far as from white people. You can't sit there and say, oh man, they just racist or they stereotyping. No, it's a built-in protection mechanism within our minds and within our brains and our hearts that says, no, dog, you probably don't want to go that way. And even young dudes, like, I don't know why you want to be associated with or stereotyped in that way. When I was growing up, the goal was to get out of the hood, not to become hood. I've even seen dudes that's not born from the hood that talk more hood than the dudes that's in the hood. And it's like, y'all messed up a whole car culture. Now you can't get a Charger or a Challenger or a Track Hawk without being considered a thug. You messed up a whole look. They made it a poo shiesty mask when it's supposed to be something that keeps you warm. They repurpose stuff and all of this stuff. And it's like, why we can't just do better? Why we can't just have a better perspective or a better culture or a better mindset and adjust to our environment in a better way? But it's because we don't call out the bad behavior. So now you wait for other people to say it, or they mumble it under their breath, or they really believe it in their life. And they call it out, and then you start getting mad about it because you think that it's something against you, or you want to call somebody a racist or a fascist or something like that. And that's not it. And then the white apologists come along and they make you feel good about your stupid decisions because they want to be a part of the in crowd, but they ain't in no better position themselves. So it's refreshing to see people call out the bad behavior and say, I no longer want to be a part of this foolishness.
Trust them. I think they reek of stupidity and recklessness. Not all of them, but I guess if you consider it as a YN, yeah, I'm talking about you.
This is how I know I'm getting older. Anytime I see a YN or a group of YNs or a duo of YNs, I immediately go the other way. I do. I just don't have time to just face the potential consequences or the situations that might come across, right?
People
so
smartening
I
up,
pulled into the gas station. I needed some gas. My gas tank, I don't know why cars do this, but when they reach below like 30-something miles, it'll just say low. And I've been driving for like 10, 15 miles at that point. So I pull into the gas station, and by the gas station doors, I see two YNs.
Nope.
Sagging their pants.
Keep going to the next gas station.
Here was
Take my chance on running out of gas.
Jewelry everywhere. What's so shiny? Some expensive shoes. Yes, indeed. Were they carrying? I don't know. See, and that's the thing right there. And they're standing by the door. And I did not want to get out the car. I looked over there. I sat in my car for 5 minutes. And I'm like, if I walk over there, two things are going to happen. Three things, actually. I'm not going to say anything. Or if I walk up there, do a little chin up thing like that, go about my day. And then three would be questioning. And I didn't want to get questioned. So I pulled off. Yeah, I just don't want to be anywhere where there's like this overwhelming sense of danger. Like if I walk into somewhere and I see some YN.
Imagine how many businesses is losing money because people don't even want to go to their gas stations or their stores, or they don't want to stop in certain neighborhoods because they don't want to have to deal with the foolishness.
I'm automatically sensing danger. Like my life is in danger. I need to be on my P's and Q's.
Got one life to live, bro.
Carry, by the way. Yeah, I'm just at an age now where I just want to live peacefully, man.
Even if you carrying, you don't even want to get yourself in a position where you got to use that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not being scared. That's being wise. It's being smart. It's smartening up. It's realizing that you got a lot to lose, that you got a family to take care of, or you got a family that you want to get to, or that you eventually want to have, and you got people that depend on you. That ain't about keeping it real. It's keeping it alive. It's making sure that you're wise because you got an impact on this earth, and other people don't have nothing to lose, and they want to take you down with them. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T Genly, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.